An island off Africa known for its natural biodiversity and exports like vanilla, nickel and cobalt is in the midst of a protest that has gathered so much momentum that the president has fled the country. We are talking about Madagascar, where many people live in poverty. Large protests have been shaking up its politics. There have been military defections and a crisis right at the top of the government. President Rajoelina, who has been in power since 2009, was supposedly ready to address the nation at 7 p.m. local time on Monday evening. Instead, he hopped onto a French military plane and fled the country before anyone could catch wind of what he was really up to, after reportedly striking a deal with French President Emmanuel Macron. And with that, Gen Z protests have toppled another government now in Madagascar, after Nepal's Prime Minister was also forced to resign earlier this year. The unrest began around the 25th of September, when young people marched in protest against persistent and worsening problems such as frequent power cuts, water shortages, corruption, and lack of jobs. What started as demands for basic services escalated into bigger calls for political change. The protesters, many from what is being called the Gen Z generation, wanted President Andry Rajoelina to resign and for new leadership to address inequality and misgovernance. As protesters gathered in large numbers to the capital city and beyond, parts of the security forces and military began to fracture. The big turning point came on Sunday, on the 12th of October, when officers aligned with the protest leaders took control of parts of the paramilitary gendarmerie, a force charged with maintaining order, and broke away from following government orders. The elite CAPSAT unit, a military force that had once helped Rajoelina come to power in 2009, announced it was now coordinating all security operations and urged other troops to back the protests. The day before, Rajoelina's office warned there was an attempt to seize power illegally, in other words, that a coup was underway. But the military unit supporting protests denied that they were staging any classic takeover. Instead, they said they were responding to the will of the people, urging other soldiers to disobey orders that target civilians. That's when the president's location became unclear. His office announced that he would address the nation Monday evening, but many were already speculating if he had left the country. One sign of the gravity of the crisis is that the head of the paramilitary force was replaced in a ceremony attended by senior military officials. General Nonos Mibina Mamelisin was appointed the new head and declared that all orders must now flow from that command. This shift marked a clear break from earlier loyalties to Rajoelina and suggested that the government was losing control over its own security apparatus. Another twist: earlier in the week, Rajoelina had dissolved his government in response to mounting protests, apologized for service failures, and promised to form a new cabinet. But those moves did little to quell anger or to prevent the military from siding with the protesters. For more such stories, subscribe to SNG News, hit the like button and follow for more news updates.